The monsoon rainfall is a lifeline for farmers in Kutch and Kathiawar, the ancestral lands of the Khojas. In 1896 and then again in 1899, the monsoon failed, resulting in severe drought followed by a devastating famine. This claimed more than 4 million lives. It was during this period that, along with their compatriots, Khoja families started plying the turbulent waters of the Indian Ocean in Kutchi dhows to find new pastures on the East African coast. This iconic tale of a young man of 17 years from famine-struck Kutch symbolises the migration of many such Khoja families. This young man, called Dharamsi, was the eldest son of a Kutchi subsistence farmer in Nagalpur called Gangji Sivji. As the devastating drought cut deep into the family's meager earnings, Gangji Sivji sent his eldest son Dharamsi to Zanzibar. Like many other young men, Dharamsi arrived in Zanzibar in 1899 and managed to secure a job with a trader for $20 a year, with fringe benefits of a bed in a clove warehouse, Godam, as it was called in those days, and one free meal a day. After 2 years, having learnt the ways of trading, local language and culture, with a capital of $40 in his pocket, he ventured to go to the nearby island of Pemba. He chose Pemba as he had heard how fertile and lush Pemba was, perhaps with a vision to pursue his family tradition of farming. But with his $40 fortune, this was a far-fetched dream. Instead, he went into the transport business by investing in a donkey. For the next 2 years, he trekked the countryside, collecting farm produce from the local farmers to the town of Chake Chake, and on his return brought rice and other necessities to the farmers. No sooner had he saved enough in 1903, Dharamsi opened a shop in Chake Chake, successfully running it for 3 years before returning to Kutch to work on the Nagalpur family farm. After his marriage with his young wife, Dharamsi returned to Pemba, where they started a shop in the countryside. Ultimately, with the profits of the shop, Dharamsi finally fulfilled his dream of owning a farm. Diligently clearing the wild trees and shrubbery, he started growing cloves and fruit trees. Thus began an illustrious and prosperous venture of establishing farms all over Pemba Island. True to the Khoja spirit of philanthropy and community service, he served the newly formed Khoja Shia Itnashari community of Chake Chake, serving as its president, treasurer and trustee for many years. Dharamsi now had a large family with 4 children, one of whom died in infancy, and 9 grandchildren through his son Hussein. A believer in education, he decided to move the family to Unguja to ensure his grandchildren had good education. Upon his passing in 1957, his son Marhum Hussein Dharamsi, popularly known as Bapa, continued in his footsteps and built the Dharamsi Gangji Shia Itnashari School in Zanzibar Stone Town. In the 60s, the Dharamsi family migrated yet again for the sole purpose of education to the United Kingdom. Today, the Dharamsi grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and now even great-great-grandchildren, are continuing to serve the community in numerous capacities around the globe. Not lost is the legacy of one of his grandsons, Mohsin Dharamsi, completing a full circle. He is now back in Bhavnagar, engaged in educating and nurturing the next generation. Truly, the Dharamsi Gangji story is a tale that symbolises the Khoja spirit of the sheer grit and determination to succeed despite severe setbacks, to make a new life in an unknown land. This is similar with many inspiring family accounts of these very Khoja traits of adventure, business acumen, positivity, and hard work.